You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, a member of the Pat McAfee show, of course, ex-NFL player, Cincinnati Bengal, Dallas Cowboy, Denver Bronco, Tennessee Titan. One Adam Pacman Jones got arrested the other day. I believe it was public intoxication. Kicked off of an airplane. There was mumblings of a terroristic threat that came out. I did a video on that. I presented the fact that, as we all know, Pat McAfee's show went from exclusively an independent product that was on YouTube, and we've done a lot of videos on it. Pat McAfee signed a deal and became part of the ESPN family. He's on College Game Day, and of course, a lot of the people that are on that show with Pat came over and are on the show. I believe it's 2 hours on ESPN. Did a video on the ratings the other day. I'm interested to see what the ratings are now that Charter Spectrum is back, even though I contend that a lot of people that are actually sports fans probably left before last weekend or sometime last week in anticipation of college football and Monday Night Football. They did resolve that. But Pat's ratings weren't great on ESPN at all. I have not checked them so far this week, but I will. And so that arrest video has come out. This is a TMZ exclusive. TMZ, well, I'm waving the flag here, trying to give you credit for it because you guys love to copyright strike people or nail people on copyrights. We're giving you the credit here. I mean, that's really not usually how people do things on YouTube. But sometimes they get mad, especially if your video ends up getting more views than their video. So who knows? I'm going to try it, and we'll see. If they hit us, then I will never release this video. Pacman Jones, the exclusive video, and I said the other day, video would emerge out of this whole thing. Okay, I will tell you right now, I watched it. He used racial slurs towards white people in this. I believe he called somebody a cracker. And whether anybody likes it or not, that's a racial slur, so it just sort of is what it is. It does run both ways. He also pulled the Antonio Brown card by bragging about his wealth and asking why no one was backing him up, probably because you might want to look in the mirror and realize that everybody's got a problem with your behavior. A lot of times, if it's everybody with the problem, then it's probably not them. Just pointing that out. He got into it with passengers and flight attendants. Now, I will say this, from listening to it, I can't overtly tell that he's intoxicated. I can't. He claims he wasn't. So I want to be fair, but he no doubt was carrying on. So...
Answer the question. Okay. Right. All the thing consumers understand that the behaviors were done for you. I said, I don't know what transpired. So I just right here once. I actually, don't worry. No, you are doing every single one. I'm not. I'm asking one question. You have to listen to what I'm saying. Can you hear me out for one question? I hear you out. I pretty much bet you know what FAA regulation stands for. But if you are doing every single one of these passengers, you have to go back to the gate, deplane you, and have security reach out the gate. We're wasting too much time. I'm asking. Okay, no. Only thing I said is current regulation. You cannot fuss that. So that you've been on this part, right? Okay. Ask me a question. You already with me. You can't even speak up. You got a fucking mask on. Let's pick up with me. You never said nothing to nobody. At least you could have said to me, y'all. You sit your ass right here too. Like, oh yeah, you dead or I can say shit. I'm headed to Monday night to do Monday Night Football. I ain't saying shit with nobody.
I will say this. I promise you, the wokes on Twitter or the X or whatever and on social media and on this platform, I promise there will be people that make this about race. They absolutely will. I mean, they condoned Sha'Carri Richardson and Odell Beckham Jr., and they made that about race. I don't know why. It can't just be about really bad behavior. I don't care who you are. It's bad behavior.
Shame. And I bought this suit right here, so I'm about to sit and told her that earlier. Didn't I tell you that earlier? I bought this suit right here. That brought us all the way back to the gate because this one white dude got like here. He must have pissed by his phone. I did something wrong? You think I did something wrong?
I wasn't even listening. I was sleeping.
Y'all ain't the only motherfucking white folks that got me. What did I do? Tell me what I did.
We got
Fuck up. What attitude? What did I say? Who was the plug? Why would I get out?
There's people still wearing masks out there on planes right now? Question mark? Really?
Now everybody got to get out. Why the fuck would I get out so you can go out for free? Shut up. You sound stupid. Like, same like you ain't gonna die, Snoop. Why would I get out? You sound stupid. You just shut up. You getting out. Why would I not? Why would I not? Tell me why would I not? All right, shut the fuck up talking to me, nigga. The fuck did you talking to? Fuck up. You telling me I'm a typical cracker, nigga, with no money, and I got money. You can't talk to me like I'm motherfucking crazy. What I'm telling you is, I'm right. It's like
Plenty of cursing. That'll get you kicked off of a plane.
me telling your wife to get off the plane for asking somebody to plug in the plug for the motherfucking iPhone chargers. You cool with that? It is a plug, you stupid fucker. It is right there up under your foot. The fuck is you talking about? Tell me ain't no plug. Look up under your foot. My only thing is what I told him was the plug ain't working, bro. What you want me to do? Shut up. I guess, but I don't know if shut up. Y'all white people, bro. It ain't all y'all, dude. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. But a lot of it's a typical cracker. We can tell them something. Y'all white people, bro. It ain't all y'all, dude. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. But a lot of it's a typical cracker. We can tell them something.
I just heard him say cracker.
He telling me I'm wrong. Tell me what did I do wrong? Shut the fuck up. What are you talking to? Fucking uncle telling me. I'm wrong because I'm black, ain't I? And I got a
What the heck did they beep out on this? I would love to know. After everything else we've heard, what did you beep out?
lot of money. Probably more than you. So you shut the fuck up and don't talk to me. Let me talk. Wow. I'm not listening. Shut up. I didn't say shit. Normally, keep up with something.
Barnos. Hey, let's go on.
No, we have to get everybody off.
Holy shit.
Okay, so that's pretty much it right there. We'll go over the highlights here. I mean, good God. In the clips, Pacman is heard going back and forth with flight attendants about technical issues. At one point, they explain the aircraft will be taken back to the gate due to his behavior. Throughout his argument with one attendant, Pacman defends himself, saying he was simply trying to relocate to a seat that worked. I don't know that it works like that. Sources tell us that Pacman was hoping to charge his iPad so he could go over his notes for Monday Night Football matchup he was slated to cover later that night. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. That's your business. As the plane was heading back to the gate, Pacman sounded off over the debacle, cussing and bickering with pissed-off passengers who were upset about the delay. And that's the other thing. Odell Beckham did this too. He pulled the wealthy and the I'm a superstar card in order to inconvenience other people. That's some lowest common denominator stuff. I mean, that's just being a shitty human being, frankly, if you're going to try to pull that card. In fact, he is referring to several travelers as, quote, crackers, bragging about his wealth and asking why no one backed him up. Well, if no one, absolutely no one backed you up, that tells you everybody thought you were in the wrong. So, maybe it's not them with the problem. Once the plane got back to the gate, Jones was met by Northern Kentucky International Airport police officers who took him into custody. Jones was booked for disorderly conduct, alcohol intoxication, and terroristic threats, but he tells us the charges are bogus. Quote, I did not threaten anyone. Pacman tells TMZ Sports I was not drunk. As the video clearly shows, I was the one who was mistreated. Now, look, I don't know if he took a breathalyzer and didn't pass it. I did not think Pacman sounded like he was intoxicated. I want to be fair, and he didn't sound intoxicated to me. And when you're dealing with these sports stars, I'm going to be honest. I don't know that... with some of their actions, some of the things they say, yeah, it's kind of the actions of somebody that might be belligerently drunk, but they're not really drunk. They're just assholes, and they're trying to use their entitlement, their privilege that they got as athletes, as sports stars, as NFL analysts, etc., to try to feel like they deserve something more than somebody else has got. Our sources say Pacman feels disrespected with how he was treated and how things played out. He's adamant he didn't lose his cool with attendants and threatened to kick him off the plane. So, I don't know. No doubt he was belligerent. There's no question. I heard him use crackers in there several times. That's a slur. Whether anybody likes it or not, it is. And, you don't... I wouldn't think you'd be all right if the N-word just popped off everywhere. Oh, he went there? Yeah, I did go there. I mean, I'm just keeping it real, and that's what we do on both of our channels, right? So it's going to be interesting. I hope this video makes its way to the light of day. It kind of will depend on TMZ. I mean, I gave them credit. But I said the other day, Pat McAfee's dealing with something he hadn't had to deal with. He ran the show before. ESPN runs the show now. Is Adam Pacman Jones going to lose his job with ESPN? That's the question now. Does he lose his gig? My gut feeling says no. I just don't think they're going to have the guts, because this is going, like I said earlier, it's going to become a race issue. It always does. It has with all these, Antonio Brown, a lot of his antics that he has pulled over time. No sane person in the world is going to believe that Antonio Brown is right on a lot of his antics. And the race card gets used on a lot of his crap too. And it's like, no, I mean, it's got nothing to do with skin color. I mean, just a horrible human being. Pacman Jones is probably a decent guy, He seems likable most of the time, but this got out of hand. I mean, you can't go on a plane and act that way and cuss people and call them crackers and all that and expect not to probably get arrested. It's probably going to happen, yeah. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no holds barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.